Hello, beautiful people. Hope you're doing well. If you want to stop caring what other people think of you, just keep watching this video. We all want to fit in. We all want to be accepted. We all want to be validated. But sometimes that wanting can get out of control to the point where we start people pleasing and start losing ourselves. So how do we stop that cycle? How do we stop caring so much what other people think? Well, first, recognize that people don't think about you as much as you think they do. Most people are so caught up in their own lives, their own thoughts, their own insecurities, that they don't really think about you as much as you think they do. You know, you might have had a blunder in an interview, or you might have stuck your foot in your mouth at some point, and 9 times out of 10 people have already forgotten about it. And people just don't think about us as much as we think that they do. So just let that sink in for a little bit and really just recognize that you're not on people's mind as much as you think you are. So that kind of gets you out of that headspace. Secondly, recognize that humans are prone to cognitive distortions, okay? We are somehow wired for negative thinking and for making mountains out of molehills. Yeah, I did say that right. But seriously, it's just, for some reason, it's our tendency to just blow things out of proportion and focus solely on the negative. So you might have had a half an hour conversation, but you said one dumb thing, and then you focus on it for the rest of the day. And I'm I do this stuff too, guys. I'm not immune to this. But just question your thinking. So if you're beating yourself up about something, really question your thinking. Question why you are beating up on yourself about that thing. Because if you go back to number 1, people aren't thinking about you as much as you think they are. And we're prone to negative thinking. We might be exaggerating. And think about too why we are being so hard on ourselves. Because moving on to number 3, we've got to let go of perfection and perfectionism and feeling like we need to meet some certain ideal. Because where do those expectations come from? Really, where do those expectations come from? And who is expecting that of you? Who is expecting you to be perfect? None of us is perfect. Nobody is. So expecting ourselves to be perfect is setting ourselves up for failure, and it's setting us up for just not being able to live up to that expectation, and then giving ourselves permission to beat up on ourselves when we don't meet this impossible expectation. So really just question your thinking. Why are you thinking like that? And give yourself a break. Allow yourself to be perfectly imperfect. We are all in the messy middle of our own journeys, and nobody has it all figured out. So give yourself a break. Another way you can stop caring so much what other people think is just getting to know yourself. So going off of the video that I just posted about being an introvert versus an extrovert. Oh, sorry for the noise. Sorry. Get to know the real you. Rather than the you who's trying to appease, trying to be accepted, and trying to be whatever the ideal is, get to know the real you. Who are you actually underneath all of the masks? What makes you tick? What do you enjoy doing? What do you enjoy learning about? What do you enjoy talking about? What do you enjoy, what kind of physical activities? Just get to know yourself. Really get to know yourself. And then find a tribe that vibes with the real you. Because so many times, when we're too involved in caring what other people think, it's because we're trying to fit into a group that we're not meant to fit into. So if you really give yourself the time to get to know who you really are, and then just take the time to find people who really jive with who you really are, then you can breathe and relax because the people around you just accept you for you. They're not accepting you for the face that you've put on. And another thing on that is just owning your stuff, owning your story, like every single part of every part of your life and every part of your story. So, and this is a process, you guys, but really owning your stuff, because when you own every part of your story, nobody can hold anything over you because you own it all and you love yourself for every part of it. So really sitting down and facing the stuff that you've been through and the things that you've done and the mistakes that you've made. And like, ain't nobody getting off this planet without making a few missteps. Come on now. So allowing yourself to actually get in touch with that and just own every part of who you are, where you've been, what you've done, and what your story's been up to this point, and getting to know yourself, like I said, will give you such a sense of freedom because you just own it all. And when you own it all, you don't have to prove anything to anyone. So, and sometimes before you can find your tribe that really vibes with who you are, you've got to just become your own best friend. Now, how many of us can say that we're our own best friend? For real, for real. Do you have your own back? Because a lot of the time when we are concerned with what other people think, it's I'm out in the park and there's a bunch of skiers. That guy's having a good time. But yeah, we're just wrapped up in. Oh, I lost my train of thought. That was really fun. Sorry, I had to cut some out there. But really, you guys, like, can you say that you're your own best friend? Can you say that you truly have your own back no matter what's happening, no matter what you're feeling, no matter what's coming up? Can you count on yourself to be there for you? If not, that's okay. Like, don't beat yourself up because you can't really say that you're your own best friend right now. That's your starting place. Really getting to know yourself, cultivating a relationship with yourself, and becoming your own best friend. Because when you support yourself that way, then you will attract other people who will support you that deeply. Okay? So these are some ways that you can really work on practicing not caring what other people think. And I say practicing because it is a practice. Everything I talk about, you guys, is a practice, something that we need to work on constantly. There is no quick fix for these things, you guys. If we've been thinking a certain way for most of our lives, it's going to take some time to slow the momentum and then build up the momentum in a different direction. But if you just work at it every day, you will start to see changes. So let me know what you think about this in the box below, the comment box. Like this video if you like it, share it with someone you love, and subscribe down below for more videos like this. I love you guys so much. Sending you tons and tons of love from the winter wonderland. Okay, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.